So welcome to another video, and before we get into it, we're going to talk about the 3 requirements you need to say you have a good defense. The first thing is the defensive record. It doesn't matter how many good plays you have if you don't have the results to back it up. If you're shipping goals week in, week out, then that's not a good defense, is it? The next thing is the tactics. So how exactly does your team set up to stop goals from coming in? And the third thing is the players. So it doesn't matter how good the tactics are, you need the players to be able to perform and to be able to execute those tactics. So obviously the quality of the players is important, because if the players can't execute the tactics, then the tactics don't really matter. And overall, all of these things combine together to make a good defense. Let's take a look at the top 5 best defenses in Europe this season. So the first one is Arsenal, the Gooners, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. So Arsenal only conceded 34 goals this season, which obviously is impressive. Now, I know they didn't win the title. They finished second to Liverpool, and people had high expectations of them. But I think Mikel Arteta has them well organized at the back. He's got things working well defensively, and I think we'll see more of the same next season. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're challenging or even to win the Premier League next season. At number 4, we have Bayern Munich. Now, they've only conceded 32 goals this season. And what's even more impressive is that Vincent Kompany is actually... Oh, it's actually his second season in the Bundesliga. I know he lost the title in his first season to Leverkusen, that exceptional team from last year. Obviously, they did well this season, but Bayern Munich won the title. So obviously, they're the champions this season. And it just goes to show that if you can get your defense right, then you give yourself every chance to win the league. And next, at number 3, we have Atletico Madrid. So once again, it shouldn't be any surprise that they're on the list, because year in, year out, they're usually one of the best defenses in the world. And it's actually impressive how consistent they are. They seem to have a really good recruitment or an eye for defenders. Because once again, it's not just about the tactics. If you don't have the players to be able to execute those tactics, then nothing's going to really work out. And obviously they finished third in La Liga again. I think it's really difficult to compete against Real Madrid and Barcelona year in, year out. They've won some titles over the years, but let's hope they can challenge again next season. And at number 2, we've got Atletico Bilbao. Wow, really shocking, right? I can't believe this team even makes the list. They're a team that doesn't really have the resources, or even like the establishment, or like the I don't know, the stature of the other clubs. So I don't know how they're able to compete at this level defensively, but somehow they've managed to do it. They do have the former Barcelona manager Ernesto Valverde, so maybe they've got a trick here and there of him being able to use his experience and be able to perform like this. But this is extremely impressive. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're not able to replicate this next season. But it'll be interesting to see like what happens. And and they did finish 4th as well, just below Atletico Madrid. So I think that's also impressive, because I think they should be playing in the Champions League next season, even though we're talking more about the league. And last but not least, number 1 on this list is Napoli. I'm actually extremely impressed by them, because last season Napoli actually finished, I think, below the top 10. I think they finished like 11th last season, or I think it was just 10th. So obviously, that's way off the title. And they only conceded 27 goals this season, which is exceptional. That's elite defending and an elite defensive record. And it shouldn't really be surprised that they are the champions as well, which I probably just already mentioned. But very, very, very impressive. And, I really shouldn't be surprised. But once again, Antonio Conte is the manager of this team, and he's a defensive genius. He knows how exactly to set up his teams, and even the players to bring in to be able to execute that defense. And Really, really, really impressed. I expect more of the same next season. I hope so, because it'd be brilliant if he's able to replicate what he did this season next season. But obviously, expectations were. I mean, I'm not sure what the expectations were for this season for Napoli, but I think they've overachieved, and yeah, just well done.